hit a switch, so I'm riding on my brother's side. Had to cut the Marcus off cause he was with them other guys. 4 deep in the Camry and about 3 deep in the other ride. Gotta make the bed up. I supposed to be with DJ cut that was scared. I'ma come out. Ha! He send them to her scalp, blood shower, baby girl. I'm coming in like an hour after I catch his body. I'm hot like some coffee, stressing R.I.P. the coffee. Back the up off me. Boy, he just be talking. He claiming he gon' knock me, but I'ma keep on sneak dissing until light work. Light work.
What's going on today, La Familia? It's your brother, King KO, back in this thing with another one, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, ring that bell icon, turn post notifications on all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video, as well as dropping a comment and a share. That way this video will be recommended to a lot more people. Now, we got that man Quando, Rondo, as he gives another response to the situation that happened with Lil Pap. And the first response happened a couple of days ago, man, where he said, my cuz, with the crying emoji and whatnot. Ben 10, Lil Leaky, and a few other guys commented up under this post, this picture, man, that he put up with Lil Leaky, man. But the most recent update that he gave to how he felt came a couple hours ago, man, to which, you know, he pretty much let it be known on his story on IG how he felt in those moments. As he said, I seen Pablo wasn't breathing. That stuff really hurt me, with a broken heart emoji. So as you can see, man, Quando's still really torn up. And of course, you know, this is gonna last forever. He always gonna feel like it's his fault. He always gonna feel like, you know, maybe he could have did something different. It's always an ugly, ugly thing to fight within yourself about whenever you love somebody and you feel like, you know, your actions determine the fate of their life, man. Just an ugly thing to have to fight with. But there's been a lot of recent events that have been going on as of late. As we all know, LA seemed to kinda show their true colors and how they felt about Quando Rondo, man. He's starting to realize that there is no love down there. Now, it was a lot of speculation about the love not coming from the Hoovers, but it turned out to actually be from the branch in which, you know, his city is attached to. But before that, man, y'all check out a few of these responses from a few of Quando's partners, as D pretty much says, just up thinking about Pap, like, dang, big bruh, why you with the broken heart? And then Quando's other partner comes out and says, love you, cuz, man. You know, just pretty much hurt, man. Y'all see the crying emoji, man. The boys is tore up about that. But if you haven't heard by now, Wack100 gave his viewpoints on the situation that occurred out in LA with Quando Rondo, as he stated that situation, they got their targeted and who they was going for. Y'all check this out.
They say that thing wasn't even for Quando. They said they came and got their man. Oh, wow. Yup, that wasn't even Quando. He said they came and got their man. They came and walked up and got it. They said they put the thing right over Quando.
And a few people reacted to it. A few people reacted and said, you know, whatever. Wack100 always speaking. This man always got something to say. But I think it's key to listen to a couple things whenever Wack100 speaks on LA. You gotta remember, that's his jurisdiction. That's his terrain. So he hears all the little whispers that's going on around town. People talk. We all know the streets talk and been talking forever. Everybody say, you know, you're supposed to keep it silent and mind your own business. Well, in the streets, that don't really occur. People like to discuss stuff that goes on. So this gotta be a rumor that was going around for Wack to put that on wax. And if you look at the way the 60s was literally like online sending jabs at Quando, then it makes sense. Hold on, check this out.
And then they have to have an experience before they realize, I should have checked in. You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way. And so they get out and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number. They know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program. You know, you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, they claim my neighborhood to send this music shit, but they don't really fuck with us until it's a problem. Then they call me. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't fuck with me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number, you could have called me, you could have did all that. You know what I mean? But he's around about, but how does that feel?
Gangbanger. If you from out of town and you banging the hood from California, you're an imitation gangbanger if you do not check in. If you do not make sure your hood is funded, you don't make sure your hood got blicks, if you don't make sure your hood got sticks and the kids is eating over there, a couple who put you down with the play family is straight, you're an imitation because a mother don't deal with the same enemies we deal with in LA. You don't deal with the same we deal with in LA. So you claiming this for fashion, and then we really out here dying. Yeah, we feel betrayed. We will book your.
Man, this man Big U laughed in that video. Like, he had a little smirk on his face. He wanted to laugh. But the thing is, like, what I don't get is, you know, you said all this about checking in, and then you spoke on Quando, but y'all done sit down and had so many interviews together. You made it seem as though that this was your nephew. You called him nephew, your little partner, whatever. Y'all beware, man, and take notes from this, because every situation is a lesson. The streets are a snake. It'll always come back and bite you in the end. If you're not always watching yourself, whenever you get tied into these gang ties or whatever, they'll come back and bite you in the end. Nobody else has to check in when they come to LA, but, you know, the gang members, street dudes, black people, you better check in. They ain't gonna push up on no white boy, no Iranian, no China. They ain't gonna push up on none of that and ask what you from. But if you got black skin, they gonna check you. Let me check your tax. Let me check this. Let me check that. You know, man, that don't make any sense to me. But you made it seem as though this young dude, you had love for him, and now you showed your true colors to him, man. The whole 6-0 in California showed their true colors. Then you got Brick Baby calling the rest of these 6-0s around the world and the rest of the gang members. And I'm not promoting gang banging by no means, so don't get that twisted. But this is a channel where we react to stuff. We speak on current news or whatever. So I'm going to give y'all the viewpoints. And the thing is, Brick Baby just said that all the rest of their gang banging is pretty much watered down. And LA is the only one that deals with real gang banging issues. Coming from a city where gang banging is very prominent. You know, I was caught up into it, changing my life. So, hey, you know, trying to do something better. But the thing is, coming from a city where I seen it firsthand, you know, I lost loved ones to it. Still losing loved ones to it. Almost on a weekly basis. People out here losing their lives daily. You know what I'm saying? But you called everybody else's watered down. You made yourself a target and you don't even see it. At this point, you cannot step outside of LA without somebody wanting to check that issue. And it's not me sending anything towards him. I don't got no problem with this man whatsoever. Say what you want to. But the thing is, bro, you're not using your head. You just made yourself a target. All these dudes in the streets gonna want to see about that. They gonna feel like, oh, you think my Crippin' ain't this? You think my Damuin ain't this? You think that whatever we doing down here is sweet? Well, we gonna show you it ain't sweet. Like, dudes is really retarded out there in the world. LA ain't the only place that got that. LA ain't the only place that got crash dummies. And you sitting out here just sending blind threats to the world without even knowing that's what you doing. You disrespecting the whole world by not knowing that's what you doing because you want to make it to where it is credible that you have to check in when you come to LA. Bro, checking in, period, to anywhere, that is the dumbest rule I ever heard anybody ever say, make any of that. That is nothing but a way to extort people. That's it. Y'all know that, right? That's a way for you to go to these cities and them to feel like, oh yeah, we gonna take this from you. Oh yeah, pay for this, bro. Give me a connection, give me a route. If you can't give me an avenue into the industry, now we gonna do what we did to Quando. Y'all take this as an example. That's all these dudes is trying to do. And Charleston White was right when he said, man, you know, these street dudes, gang members, they only want an easy target. That's what they trying to do, to set you up to be an easy target, and that's it, man. It's just a way to leech off of you. They feel like if they got you around, they can reach up and get up out of their situation. It don't make no sense. Y'all don't even own these cities. Y'all don't own these blocks. As soon as the laws come up, y'all gonna run the same way anybody else would. Stop playing, man. Y'all don't own anything. But that's the thing, man. Like, Brick Baby is an idiot. And that's what it is. Like, you're just a flat out idiot, bro. Lord forbid, man. Hey, I would hate to see anything happen to you, bro. But you are making yourself a marked man. But I do respect what Quando Rondo said. When he said, I'd rather, man, hey, I'm a man. I ain't got to check in with nobody. I ain't got to check in with nobody, ever. I'd rather my daughter lose her daddy than have to check in. I totally respect that. All the way through and through. We men, we don't live our life in fear. And anybody who go to these cities and feel like they got to check in with somebody, you're not a man. You don't stand on your 10. And what this creates is a feeling like it ain't gonna be safe for any of these dudes who feel like somebody got to check in when they come to your land. Because when you come to somebody else's jurisdiction, they gonna feel like they want to see about that, and that's just what it is.
Man, and then on top of that, cause I ain't the richest man in the world. I'm not saying that, but I got real paper, like on some real like. Before I call another man for some protection, I'm gonna pay security guards. What the I ain't even about to do that, cause it's just me and my family. Everybody around me, family. I know what everybody around me gonna do. I ain't never been no. But before my daughter grow up and hear her daddy was a, she'll grow up without a daddy, and that's just some real. Y'all folks do anything to bring it down. Y'all folks ain't in the situation. Y'all folks don't know what got going on, cuz half y'all folks are panic. Y'all been in my shoes. Hey, I know who but brain. They like for real. They say the at that gang, they the youngest of the year. They say the smart you do can get you killed. We up in broad day, so you better keep that still. Hey. But one thing about that Bobby is not gonna take no picture. And I ain't going.
Shot by dude.
I'm a convicted felon, love, bro. You not. I'm saying.
Somebody you a convicted felon, cause I know me. I got no mother.
Hey, Pop. J Ski on, Pop.
I'm trying to add Pop. Got the BD in the mouth, man.
Yeah, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, though, on that note. Like I said, man, pay attention to Wack100 and what he's trying to tell y'all. Because that man, hey, he trying to speak something. He trying to say something with what he's saying. Like, y'all know I'm not one for agreeing with what Wack be doing. Hey, we air him out on here, too, because he say a lot of extra out stuff, especially the Nipsey stuff. But when he telling you this, that is the feeling of the Rolling 60 Crip. They felt like, you know, they was going for who they wanted to go for. Pay attention. His ear is to his area. Quando Rondo, you got to grow smarter from this, bro. And that's just what it is. So what this creates for all the gang members coming from LA is a no-fly zone for y'all. In all these little cities, they gonna feel like y'all are testing them as if they ain't standing on something. They gonna want to show that. You know, they gonna want to prove that they standing on something. So when y'all leave these states and y'all going out trying to conjugate, Brick Baby, you a rapper, bro, which means you got to leave your area to promote your fan base. You dropping fans by the dozen by saying stuff like this. And Big you supposed to be a community activist, raising the kids, doing for the kids, but you promoting this type of lifestyle, bruh. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, so many different dudes contradicting themselves. And I'm not trying to advocate for anything. I'm speaking on this simply because I don't want to see this happen to dudes from LA. So the ones who don't feel like this, man, y'all got to put it out there in the air. Like, that ain't the viewpoints of all of us. That's the viewpoints of them dudes who said that. Because that makes it dangerous for everyone. I'm just saying. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon. and turn post notifications on to all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video. Shout out to LA, shout out to California, shout out to everybody involved in these situations, except for the negative ones. You know, let's step away from the negativity and the negative life. When you come to this platform, don't never feel like we promote negativity. We aren't. We're trying to promote a different mindset. This video was put up just to show them their mistakes, as well as, you know, to let it be known Lil Pab deserves to be resting in peace, and everybody else who lost their lives to this senseless violence. All praise be to the Most High. Peace and blessings, kings and queens. With that being said, I'm out. Believe it up.